Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it, with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Sunday morning. With us today is Senator George Borrello from the great county of Chautauqua County. See, I'm saying it right?
Perfect, John.
Northern New York State. Give us what the heck is going on with the budget? I got hospitals calling me in New York. One of them can't make payroll. One of them can't pay the rent. When can the hospitals get paid at least?
Well, right now, we just did our second budget extender this past week and left Albany, and we're told that the budget process is nowhere. In fact, during the debate, the ranking member of the Senate Finance Committee, Senator Tom O'Mara, was told by Senator Gianaris, the floor leader in the Senate, that the negotiations are nowhere. And so we left Albany with nothing going on. And what that means, John, is we are passing these extenders just to make sure that state employees and state operations function. But for the other organizations, the thousands of not-for-profits like our hospitals, they are waiting to know what they're going to get. But what's even worse is that when they get it, it's not going to be enough to cover the cost of care. New York State's Medicaid reimbursement rates are well below what it costs to care for someone. And as you know, John, we talked about on your show, we have 8.5 million New Yorkers that are on Medicaid, even though only about 5.5 million are actually income qualified to be on. So the fraud, waste, and abuse is bad enough, but the fact that these hospitals don't even know what kind of money they're going to be able to work with because of this late state budget is just absolutely tragic.
Now, I'll tell you, when you talk about that, I had Dr. Oz on my show a couple of weeks ago, and he was given a special assignment on, what is it, the Medicaid problem?
Yes.
The Medicaid in New York State is $100 billion. Was it $100 billion?
It's almost now approaching half of New York State's already bloated budget.
$100 billion versus Florida, where you have more old age people in Florida. It's only $33 billion, and they have less people.
Well, absolutely. You know, our Medicaid budget is the largest in the nation. It is filled with waste, fraud, and abuse. Yes, Dr. Oz specifically called out. We've had things I've talked about on your program before. The massive amount of fraudulent programs out there, people that are defrauding the taxpayers of New York State and the federal government. We have things like the non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT, which is a Medicaid expense that is defrauding hundreds of millions of dollars a year from taxpayers. And Governor Hochul has done nothing about it. The Medicaid Inspector General has done nothing about it. The Attorney General has done nothing about it, and is now approaching half of New York State's budget, and more than half of the money that people pay in their income taxes. And then of course property taxes, which are subsidizing Medicaid, from your county, your local county property taxes have to subsidize this wasteful program, the most expensive, bloated program in the nation. And here we are, John, without anyone willing to take responsibility. And why? Because a lot of those people that are profiting off of that waste, fraud, and abuse are supporters of the governor. They're kicking back money in forms of campaign donations to the governor for her turning the other way for the fraud and waste in our system.
Understood. What else you want to get off your chest on a Sunday morning? And by the way, it's Greek Easter. So the good news is I bought all the chocolate bunnies for the kids at half price.
You always got a good deal, John. I know that you're a bargain hunter. But you know what? Have a blessed Easter. And I know, obviously, we have a lot of Greeks, and very much like the Italians, Easter is the holiest of all celebrations. And certainly wish all those Greek Orthodox and everyone else a beautiful Easter. And I hope that this is, like everything else, this is a renewal of our season and a renewal of our commitment to try to make New York State better. And I will tell you what I've said before. Voting for a different Democrat isn't going to make a difference. We need real change here in New York State. We need balanced government. We need to restore balance in Albany. That's why I'm supporting Bruce Blakeman for governor. And people need to understand that even if you're a lifelong Democrat, we cannot have one-party rule anymore. It has been an unmitigated, expensive disaster here in New York State. It's time to restore balance. It's time to elect more Republicans, even if you're not a Republican, and it's time to elect a Republican governor so we can get New York State back on track.
Well, thank you so much. And Senator Borrello, take care of New York State, because we want New York State, New York City to survive. We want businesses to survive.
Absolutely. Amen to that.